Hello students, the next one from the sources of energy today in this video we are going to be discuss is the biomass. This biomass, why this biomass is important and what is its construction and working, all these things we are going to be discussed. We are going to be discuss very important points of this biomass. Clear? Let us discuss now. What is the biomass? Isn't it? Biomass is actually it is a source of energy or the source of fuels from plants and animal products. The source of fuels, the source of energy, which is what depends upon the plants and animal products are called the biomass. That's it sir, that's it, nothing is more than that. तो हमें यहाँ पर ये देखना होगा कि ये जो बायोमास है, बायोमास किसका सोर्स है, ये बनता किससे, ये बनता है प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल प्रोडक्ट से. दैट टाइप ऑफ सोर्स इज व्हाट इट इज टू बी कॉल्ड एज बायोमास. क्लियर? बट व्हाइल डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दिस बायोमास, नाउ व्हाई द बायोमास इज इंपॉर्टेंट, what is the difference between that, and why we are discussing about the biomass? For that purpose, let us discuss one thing is that as we all are known that when the wood is burnt, clear, when the wood is burnt in a limited supply of the oxygen, so what happens now, whatever the materials or whatever the materials are there or whatever the minerals are there which are having inside the water, either it is inside the wood, either it is water or any volatile materials get removed. Clear? When all these things get removed, now what happens now? Obviously the charcoal is left. Getting what I am saying? तो यही होता है, जब हम लकड़ी जलाते हैं तो बहुत सारा धुआं निकलता है उससे. तो क्यों निकलता है? क्योंकि उसके अंदर के जो भी मटेरियल्स होंगे, चाहे वाटर होगा चाहे दूसरे कोई भी मटेरियल्स होंगे, वो क्या करेंगे? जलेंगे. Clear? They burn and what happens? They pollute the environment, no doubt. But after burning all these materials of the wood, what is left from this wood? Burned wood, that is the charcoal. Now when the charcoal is again burned, then it is a completely smokeless and it has a high efficiency. In the same way, after burning the wood and after burning the charcoal, we are getting the efficient source of energy. In the similar way, is there any other type of source of energy is there which is going to be very efficient as well as what, which is a smokeless, which is not going to be polluted to our environment? Is there any source of energy? Absolutely right. There is one source of energy, that is what called the biomass. But dear students, just to get all these things without it's not going to release that much of the gases in the environment and all the things, if you wanted to do this, so then this biomass is required little technological improvements, and by making some technological improvements, obviously this biomass can be the excellent fuel will be there. Clear? It has many applications. We'll deal at the last. Well, first of all, we wanted to discuss about this biomass. Clear? Now, similarly, as we have discussed about the charcoal, in the same way, dear students, if we take the cow dung and the various plant materials, what I am telling you, if we take the cow dung, plant materials and vegetable waste as well as the sewage, when they are decomposed in the absence of the oxygen, then obviously we can have the smokeless, free from the pollution, and that type of source is called the biomass. इसका मतलब है major source of this biomass is what? Is the animal waste. Clear? इसका मतलब है कि ये जो biomass है, ये biomass क्या है? Okay? Clear? ये जो biomass किससे बना है? Maximum it is made up of what? Animal waste. So this biomass is majorly is from the animal waste. That is what the reason it is called as GOBAR gas. What it is called as GOBAR gas, and this concept is also called the biogas. This biogas को भी क्या कहा जाता है? गोबर गैस. क्यों गोबर गैस क्यों कहा जाता है? क्योंकि ये जो बायोमास है, इसका जो मेजर सोर्स है, तो जलने वाली जो सोर्स है वो कौन सी है? एनिमल वेस्ट है, इसलिए इसका नाम दिया गया है गोबर गैस. Get you what I am saying? Hope it is very much clear to everyone. Now, dear students, little bit to discuss about this biomass. What are the important parameters? Important parameters: the construction, the working, the statement of the biomass, why it is called the biogas, why it is called the gobar gas. All these things are there. Clear? I think so that we have discussed a lot of things related to the biomass. Now we'll come to the construction. Here is your construction. As you can able to see in this diagram, this is what the construction, Babu. Here at this point, what we are going to be taking is, it is completely slurry is taken. Clear? And what it is to be called as, this tank is called as the digester tank. Which tank? Digester tank. Get what I'm saying? This tank is called as the gas tank. Are you getting what I'm saying? And here we are taking a manure that I will tell you later on while just going through the working. Clear? So what are the major parts? This is called the inlet tank. This is called as the inlet tank. And this one is called as what? Outlet tank. Outlet tank. And this is what the digester. इसका मतलब है what is the major construction of the biomass? Biomass is consist of the four thing major. The first one is what the inlet tank. The next one is what the digester tank. The next one is what the gas tank. The next one is what the outlet tank. अभी बनता कहाँ है? क्या ये ऊपर बनता है जमीन के? तो ना, इसके लिए हमें एक गड्ढा खोदना पड़ता है जमीन के अंदर और वहां पर क्या होगा? Obviously there it is to be called as the biomass. Clear? That is what I am telling you. This is very very important, sir. Please remember this. Clear? So construction we understood. This is what the inlet tank, this is what the gas tank, and this is what the digester tank, this is what the outlet tank. As you can able to see, this is what the exact structure of a biomass. So biomass is a dome-like structure. How is the biomass look like? It is a dome-like structure. Get what I'm saying? So this biomass is consist of the major four part that already I discussed you. Now we'll discuss about the some of the things and all the things. What exactly the slurry? You know that when all these things are mixed together, that is the cow dung, various plant materials, vegetables waste and the sewage, when there is all these things are mixed together, which form is called as the slurry. The mixture of cow dung, plant materials, vegetable waste and sewage is called as the slurry. Get what I am saying? So this is what the opening, that is what it is called as the inlet tank. Clear, Babu? Here is the soil. Okay, remember that there is soil. Obviously, here is also soil. There is also soil, so no doubt, isn't it? So all this side soil is there. क्योंकि ये पूरा जमीन के अंदर होता है. Soil क्यों रखा जाता है? Because all these things are done perfectly in the absence of the oxygen. That is what the reason. Clear? We will discuss about the working. Did you understand exactly what does it mean the biomass? Clear? Why it is called the GOBAR gas? Why it is called the biogas? And this is what the structure. This is what the constructions of these biogas. Clear? Now, to discuss about this working, this is what the working I have just given over to this side. Dear student, this is the working. Now, how it is going to be work? This biomass is going to be work is what? Slurry of cow dung is taken. Clear? This is the mixture of all these things is called the slurry. Clear? So then this slurry of cow dung is taken, and that slurry of cow dung is given, or it is what we can say, it is into the inlet tank, or also it is called as digester. Also it is called as digester tank. So this slurry is taken, and that slurry is taken into what? The digester. Clear? Where the slurry is taken? The slurry is taken completely into the digester. Now what the digester do? Clear? This digester is completely a sealed chamber. This digester is completely what? A sealed chamber in which there is no oxygen. Is there any oxygen? No. Why? It is completely sealed chamber, and above the digester it is completely covered with the soil and whatever the required material, so that there will be no oxygen is to be present. That is what the reason. This digester is a complete sealed chamber and there is no oxygen, Babu, and that is what the reason. In an anaerobic microorganisms, isn't it? Anaerobic microorganisms, those organisms which doesn't require the oxygen at all. These microorganisms, what they do, you know that? Clear? What they do? They decompose the slurry. What they do? They decompose the slurry. What does it concept of the decomposition of the slurry? Whatever the composition of the slurry is there, they used to be what? Break down the compositions of the slurry. Clear? उनको बड़ी उनको क्या करता है? छोटे चीजों को करता है ना, उसको सेपरेट करता है, उसको डिकम्पोज करता है. किसको डिकम्पोज करता है? स्लरी को डिकम्पोज करता है. Who are going to decompose the slurry? That microorganisms. Clear? Anaerobic microorganisms that do not require oxygen decomposes the slurry. As soon as the slurry gets decomposed, what happens? You know that. Now, for this decomposition, it is possible that as we have taken this slurry and we have inlet into the digester, immediately all these things will decompose? No. It takes a lot of time. It takes some few days for the decomposition. मानकर चलो 2 महीने या 3 महीने. इनिशियली 2 या 3 महीने इसको क्या लगता है, डिकम्पोजिशन प्रोसेस लगती है. एज सुन एज द डिकम्पोजिशन प्रोसेस गेट्स ओवर, व्हाट हैपेंस नाउ, द gases are generated. Yes, in that digester the gases are generated. What are the gases? Those are what, methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide. These type of major gases are generated into this, what, after decompositions of this slurry. Clear? And all these gases were stored where? In the gas tank. In the gas tank, all these gases were stored. Clear? And whenever you want that gas tank, that gas can be taken out through the pipes for the further purposes. Getting what I'm saying? Or it is taken toward the biomass plant. Isn't it, Babu? This is one of the very important type of it is to be called as the biomass. तो आपने ये देखा, वर्किंग भी देखी, इसका कंस्ट्रक्शन भी देखा. What advantages we are having? Clear? We will discuss about this advantages of what? Of biomass. What are the advantages we are having? As we know very well, there is one gas we are getting. That gas is called as the methane. Near about amongst all these gases, 75% of methane is generated. How much? 75% methane is generated. And because of that 75% methane is generated, this is an excellent fuel. Methane is a what? Excellent fuel. It is used as an excellent fuel dear. Get what I am saying? That is what the concept is to be called as the biomass. क्या करता है? Near about 75% क्या जनरेट करता है ये बायोमास? मीथेन जनरेट करता है. और वो क्या कहा गया? It is excellent fuel. It is what? Excellent fuel. Next, it is completely smokeless. It is smokeless. मैंने कहा था पहले, लकड़ी जलाएंगे तो क्या होगा, बहुत सारा धूप निकलेगा. लेकिन वही अगर हम बायोमास में, what happens? It is completely smokeless. Clear? And the efficiency of the fuel is what? Very high. Why very high? हमने पहले कहा था कि इसकी एफिशिएंसी बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है. अब क्यों कह रहे हैं? क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पर कुछ टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंप्रूवमेंट्स दी, कुछ इनपुट्स दिए वहां पर, इसलिए उसकी हम एफिशिएंसी बढ़ाने में कामयाब हो गए. Clear? After making some technological inputs, we can able to see that the efficiency is what? Also very high. Clear? It does not leave any residue. Are you getting what? Any ash, nothing like the charcoal, isn't it? There is no residue at all. No residue after burning. Clear? This is what, for example, what? Ash and etc. Clear? ऐसे कुछ भी चीजें बाकी रहती क्या? नहीं. It completely burns, isn't it? It completely converts into the gases. This is what the importance. इसलिए तो हम कह रहे हैं. And this is what the another thing is. There is no pollution from this biomass. There is no pollution from this biomass, sir. Clear? Whatever the sources of energy we have seen till now, all they are producing the harmful gases and they are releasing into the environment. And due to because of that, you know very well what are the consequences are there. लेकिन यहाँ पर कोई है ऐसा, कुछ वो गैस रिलीज कर रहा है या कुछ हो रहा है इन्वायरमेंट में? नहीं हो रहा. तो ये इसका एक सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंस है. क्लियर? it leaves no residues at all like that ashes or what the charcoals and anything at all. Clear? This is the clean fuel we can say about the biomass. Getting what I'm saying? And the third thing is that whatever the slurry is left in the outlet tank. Clear? Now what happens with that? In the digester, all these things will digest. Now due to because of in the digestion, there will be the pressure will be exerted. Now as soon as the pressure is exerted, now what will happen? Through the digester, some amount of the slurry get travel or get passes into the, there used to be passes due to because of this pressure from the side, they reaches to the outlet tank. As soon as this reaches to the outlet tank, they becomes as excellent manure. They reaches as an excellent manure, and this is what exactly. Clear? The left slurry left, the slurry left behind is used as manure. Why it is used as manure? Because it is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus. तो ये क्यों जरूरी है? क्योंकि जो भी यहाँ पर बचा है, दिस इज व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू, दिस मैन्यूर. Clear? This manure is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus. You can easily use for the farming so that the production of the crops will be, obviously it will be higher. Get what I'm saying? So you can increase the crop production by using these manures because there is no other things are involved. You know what I'm saying? It is completely, whatever the manure you are getting, that is completely from the plant, what we can say, the various plant material. There is a cow dung, there is what, sewage, there is vegetable waste. All these things are mixture. Clear? Where you will get such type of manure, sir? Where you will get? This is an excellent manure can be used. Why? Because it is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus. What it requires to increase the crop production, we need to be provide as much as the nitrogen and phosphorus. So we are getting it naturally. हमें नाइट्रोजन और फॉस्फोरस इस चीज से क्या मिल रहा है? नेचुरली मिल रहे हैं और उसका यूज हम खेती में कर सकते हैं ताकि हमारा जो भी क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन है वो हम बढ़ा सके. Get what I'm saying, sir? This is what little bit about the biomass, which is also called as the biogas, which is also called as gobar gas. Hope it is very much clear to everyone.